Welcome to the... No, I'm kidding. PC or Quest? That is the question that every VR owner, every potential VR owner has asked themselves, and in this comparison series, I'm hoping to help you figure out whether you've made the right decision or which decision is right for you. This is the second episode in the comparison series. The first one was on Onward. You can check that out right here. I compared the PC version to the Quest version with some interesting results. Today I'll be taking a look at Pavlov on the PC versus Pavlov Shack on the Quest. We'll see what the differences are. So with that, let's get into it. Game on. And just quickly before we do get into it, I wanted to say a special thank you to the anonymous benefactor that made this video possible. As you can see, attempts were made to do something here, but it didn't quite work out. So thank you very much. All right, let's get into it. Menu and ranges. As you can see in the start menu, instantly there are weather effects missing here compared to PC on the Quest. It's not too bad, it's just a lot more plain on the Quest. All the color seems to be really high saturation, I think, to cover up for this a little bit. But if you see here, there's just a lot missing from the environment, buildings in the background. The sky is completely different, again replaced with color, I think, to make up for the missing tree, the missing buildings. Now, something really interesting I noticed here on the Quest menu is that you can see the trunk of this tree warping around because it's basically a 2D sprite that they've put in and made it warp, so it looks like it's moving in the breeze, whereas on the PC, it is just the top of the tree that's moving in the wind. In this range, you can see that on PC, the lighting to me seems to be a lot more flat compared to the Quest version, which I thought was quite interesting. I think this is going to be a theme going forwards, especially here, the World War II one. If you look at this, there's atmosphere, it's saturated, there's light, you know, it's really good on the Quest, I think. But when you look at the PC version here, it's just a lot more flat, there's less color. And to be fair, I think the Quest looks better for this. If you look at the lantern here, you can see the difference between PC and Quest, and the Quest has just got more color to it. Like I say, I think that might be a way to sort of hide the flatness of the graphics. If you look here, it's a lot sharper on PC. Those cigarettes are looking real good on PC. The kill house is mostly the same, except for maybe items around the place and items on the floor. Like you can see this rope and boxes and target appear here on the PC version. The guns. Gotta start off with a Glock comparison, of course. Now the Glocks, honestly, they don't look that much different. You can tell it's the same model. I think the Quest here is just a bit more blurry around the outside, but that's to be expected. The PC is just a lot crisper and a lot sharper. Same with the MP40. On the Quest, it's got that nice lighting though, but everything's a bit plainer, but definitely sharper on the PC. When you look at these 1911s, that's a great example of it. You can see the Quest version and the PC version are the same. It's just a little bit in the lighting and the sharpness, and that's about it. The Desert Eagle is exactly the same. Just that slight difference in sharpness and lighting. And side by side, you can see that quite clearly. So far, it looks like we're mostly on par with each other. Now this is really interesting. The guns use the same animations. The bullets on the PC and the Quest do look fine. The Quest are definitely better than it used to. Although you see same shooting range, the Quest has a nice red sort of light and hue to it, which is interesting. But one thing I really noticed here is that when you do this, when you pull the charge handle back and the bullet comes out, on the Quest right there, you can see it's clear as day, but on PC, blink and you miss it. For some reason, I think the shells are bigger on Quest. The AK I'm going to use as an example for models. The AK looks good on PC. Look, it looks scuffed and grazed. Quite detailed. I was actually quite surprised. On the Quest though, I went to the same map at the same spot and this happened. I did think it was just a lighting issue, so I went to another map to check that, and yes, it was a lighting issue. As you can see, same model, just not as sharp. You can still see the scuffs and grazes though. I'm actually kind of impressed when you take a closer look at these gun models, as I never really looked to Pavlov for detail on guns. So as you can see here in the comparison, what it is it's just that color and that sharpness. You can see the PC coming up a lot more clearly, but also completely different color scheme going on here. But so far, they're pretty on par. Also, I found in the shooting range, in the Quest, when you're shooting a target, the bullets just hit like this. Whereas on the PC, there is a little warp effect after you hit it to sort of represent the paper rippling or moving with bullets going through it, which I thought is a nice touch, actually. Now let's check out the hands. Now, like with the Quest, like I said before, you've got that red hue, but the hands look good, look detailed, they're reflecting the light dynamically. Same with the PC. No red hue, but the gloves do look just about as detailed, and it's reflecting the light really nice. If you look a little closer, you can see the PC's got a bit more detail on the palm, but that's about it. The maps. Siberia is the best example I found. Look at the difference here. The Quest is just completely stripped bare of all details compared to the PCVR version. When you come around here, there's a whole exercise area. Quest, nothing. And eagle-eyed people will have seen this tower on the PC version here with an open door and stairs. On the Quest, nothing. So you're taking out a whole level of gameplay from that map. You look at the quarry here, and we just sidewipe, all the detail just completely stripped out, even some bits on the skyline as well, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, look at that difference there. You've got the fencing, the lighting, everything. In the canteen, it's the same thing. Open doors are locked doors on the PC at some point. And then you've got all of these tables coming through. When it comes to maps, PC really is definitely going ahead. And look at the reflection on the floor. Funny thing though, when I was recording the Quest of this, I was doing the pan around to get a nice shot. And I was like, yeah, this is going well, this is a nice shot, I'll just keep panning around. But then, a wild person appears in my server, starts trying to kill me. I'm like, just get the shot, it'll be fine, get the shot, got it, excellent, let's deal with him. I died. So data center is kind of the same. The maps do really seem a lot different. Look at all of these things that are taken out. Plants, billboards, even the texturing on the wall is quite a bit different. There was also glass in this area. I had to shoot it out to make it look the same as the Quest because it doesn't have glass. Even with things in the background like the servers here, you see this pan up from PC to Quest and it's just completely flat and completely dull. In the car park, same thing. It's just the sharpness and the color scheme. Like if you look at the disabled drawing on the floor, you can see on Quest here, it's a bit fuzzy around the edges, but PC, it just completely crispens up to make it way more visible for you. Now, speaking of that, look at these character models on Quest. What is wrong with this guy's face? Compared to PC here, a lot more detailed. What's very interesting though is the eyes. On PC here, this guy looks like he's got actual eyes. Whereas on the Quest, I don't know what is happening with this guy's face. There's also the gore. This is what happens when you blow up a room full of people on the Quest. Sure, plenty of laughs, plenty of blood, but that's about it. There's a gore setting on the Quest and there is on PC too. This is with gore turned on the Quest. On the PC, it's a very different story. This is what it looks like to blow up someone on the PC. It's absolute carnage, limbs flying everywhere, people's backs and chests being basically ripped apart. You can see the rib cages, the muscle and the blood inside. The detail under these character models in Pavlov is actually quite astounding and not something I've seen done this well before in VR, so it's actually really impressive and not something I expected to find in the PC version. The difference is immense. What an interesting comparison that was. As I went along finding the differences, it's interesting to see how little differences there are between these two games. Whilst I am not the biggest fan of Pavlov or Pavlov Shack, it doesn't ring true with me when it comes to being a serious shooter, which is what I really like. But don't get me wrong, if I want to go and just have a laugh and have some fun with a shooter and just be silly and just do stupid stuff, I go to Pavlov every single time, especially when it comes to how modded this game gets on the PC version. But yeah, the two versions definitely a lot closer than I would have thought they were. I hope you guys enjoyed the comparison. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more PCVR and Oculus Quest content. Plenty more comparisons coming up. I have an in-development series where I look at games in early access. I do in-depth reviews, cover VR news, and so much more. I've got plenty more coming, believe you me. There's an Eyes on VR Discord, and we have a lot of fun in there. We just finished up a game on PC and Quest of playing Zero Caliber and Zero Caliber Reloaded, which was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing community games like that with everybody. So check the link down below in the description to come and join the Discord. With that, this is Eyes on VR. My name is Rex. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Game on.